Matchup is decent enough for Drow. Into maybe the PA, maybe not as much, but into the Bristle back lane, certainly very manageable here for Ame. That's a key part. And you just kind of hope that you get a strong enough start elsewhere that Pyke is not going to be an issue for most of the game. I will say Edge closing out.
This should be a very strong lane between Ame and Tianming. It's a lot of slow once you hit that level 3 mark, especially on the Drow. It'll become quite impossible to lane this. But top lane, Xingqiu does die. And with that, Jonathan, I was saying this is going to be the hard lane for Edge.
Easy impalement, threat spam. You can even walk in for Tame the Beast. There's no threat of a stun outside of a bushwhack. And if Xingqiu commits that too early, it's not going to connect. Obviously, they already cut the tree line here as well to ensure that Xingqiu's not going to have some flanks in. Down bot, though.
I think we've got a dead Bristle back, and we do. This is at the level 2 mark. Level 3 Frost Arrows are a lot worse.
And considering all these saves, all these the reapplication on breaks, if these fights go long, especially since you're playing into Tinker and the Ringmaster anyhow, it feels like this is not a bad game for the hip shot. Lower cooldown on the break would be impactful, although Xingqiu.
Speaking of Xingqiu, in trouble and is dead. No surviving that one for Xingqiu. Very nice initiation from Pippi.
But this Brewmaster is equally as hard to kill as Vitaly is. In fact, maybe just even a little bit more so considering what you have here on Edge to try to poke him.
No, don't forget either, like once you've got the split up, which XXX does, in fact they're going to jump in right now. Pyke in trouble. They'll land some spells. Pyke in pretty big danger here as they will split onto XXS. Pippi's going to jump in and try to help out with the Rolling Thunder, and there's your escape back now from your Domi. Pyke still being chased though. Will Blink Strike north up towards Zone. Ringmaster still being chased down. Xingqiu will go down for this, but Pyke, he's still on the run. Maybe the PA will make it out, and in fact he does. I mean, XM was trying to move it help out, but it won't matter in the end. In fact, XM is going to move into the triangle. He'll see the stacks. Michael and Pippi going to start chasing him down. He's got help from Tianming if he needs it. They want to steal these stacks, and the stacks will get immediately taken here by Pippi, but instead they'll move on to Vitaly. Here comes Ame as well from the side. Vitaly is going to melt. And Pippi, oh, that's a nice silence from Ame. But they can't really lock him down. Or in fact they can. A bushwhack gonna land from Xingqiu. Escape arts are out. He's still trying to run. Pippi will survive for now. XM now the one in danger is a big ice bath coming out on 2. Pyke though able to finish off the time. Moving on to more, they'll find Tianming. And that should be a secondary kill for the side of Edge. And well, Xtreme Gaming, they got a little bit too excited there, I think, John. Yeah, they're fighting for that damn warp flare now, John. How great's this? Free shards for the Tinker every time. Every time he gets it. Here we go. Bottom lane, they'll move on to Vitaly. They need that break, but it was actually blocked off, I think, by the Rolling Thunder. Now the escape back does come out, your dummy. He's bought some time here for Vitaly to turn this one back around, and XM is the first one to go down on the Tiny. Now Tianming in trouble. Ame's going to show up on the Drow Ranger, and here comes XXS. They might find Pyke. He'll blink strike out of there, but the Radiance burn is too much. He will die. Edge will try to run as XXS is proving to be a bit too much of an issue. They'll take down Pippi to boot. XXS still going, still just keeping them at Edge as Vitaly moving on to Ame, but the bushwhack. Xingqiu locking both of them down. Oh, there's only one left. Yadomi, he's got no chance. He'll try to run away, but I don't think there's any chance of survival here, John, as he will use the escape art. But he's gone. XXS a triple kill on the Brewmaster. Nobody around that area from Xtreme. In fact, Xtreme now counter smoke, running directly towards Edge. XXS on the front lines. Of course, he's not going to die that quick, if ever. They'll find Michael. This is a great start. Go right after that Tinker, get rid of all the heals, and they won't even have to commit much for it. Just a nice, easy Tinker kill if they can finish him off. Michael, he's still alive. They'll get the escape back off. XXS trying to finish it off to Michael. He makes it out of there. Pyke moving in, trying to kill off XM on the Tiny, does get him. Meanwhile, Michael's still being chased by XXS. They might eventually get him on the left side. They've got the Bristleback as well, but Vitaly, he's too tanky. He's not dying. They'll finally get this Tinker. Here comes XXS once again. Back on a Vitaly, they'll go, they'll lock him down as well, and Ame getting right to work with the arrows. And with XXS around, it's a much easier task, as they will also find the Bristleback.
But they know there's no save, and they've got that nullifier out. So now the escape app, not going to feel as scary. Even the defense matrix, of course, but just going to be eaten true.
Vitaly He's not as tanky as it looks here, John. Vitali, and they've even found the Ringmaster who has to escape back himself. But Vitali now, he's a sitting duck. They're trying to help him survive, but they just threw everything but the kitchen sink at him. Michael, not Michael, John. What a great name, Michael. Unfortunately, you know, he hasn't got great survival instincts, John. But where do you go? Do you really want to fight into their jungle? XM's waiting. This could be very dangerous for Ed. Vitali, he's had his smoke broken. There's an amp damage rune. Oh, Pippi, he does pick it up in time. This could be a good fight now with the advantage they have found. Tianming already getting knocked out by Pippi, though he's not actually down. He'll survive. Now a macro. Oh, Vitali stuck. And now the toss back. Michael's gone. Oh.
Roshan now being opened up by Ami. That is spotted out by a PA Manta at the very least. So they've got an angle back in here for Edge, but Roshan is falling fast.
They're going to go now. They're going to smoke up. Yodomi, he gets a bit of vision here. They'll throw the ring in as well. It does taunt Arme for a bit. Everything on the deck, but it won't matter because nobody jumps in. Now Vitali in danger as XXS looking for the chase. They'll root him down with the Gleipnir. Vitali, though, still surviving through it as now Pippi does roll in, and Pike, he found Sin-Q. He's finally got some targets. Vitali, he'll go down, but Arme is here sitting duck now. He's dropping low and they will get the Aegis. It's a good fight so far here for Edge. They'll move in onto the Tiny. XM's gone, but XXS is the big problem. Or is he? There's your primal split. He'll move on a Pike, but it's just him and Arme versus the world. And Arme's already left. He's on a different planet right now. XXS, can he do this alone? I don't think he can, John. Arme's going to regroup. He'll walk away. Jump is in from Pippi. He still wants to chase. They'd love themselves a Brewmaster kill. But they are not going to have the opportunity, sadly, as XXS does make his way out safely. The thing is, John, 1 or 2 kills, and that's high ground. And they know this. They really want the fight now. There's going to be another 5-man smoke, this time from Edge. They've got some nice vision around this area, and they're going to see Sin-Q. The jump is there. Sin-Q already in a lot of danger, though. He's actually still alive, and now a big ice path to a macro pyre, locking him down. This could be scary for the side of Edge, as Pippi is going to be okay to escape back out of it. Everyone's still fine, apart from our hoodwink. Here goes Arme getting jumped right now. Pike, he's onto the ground. Arme's trying to man fight against him, but is it going to be enough? He's still trying. They're both life stealing, but Arme will be the one to go down. That's a huge target. And now XXS completely alone will end up having to merge back together. But he's dead. XM, the only one able to get out of there, and Arme. And Pike said, thank you very much. I'll blink strike right on top. Here we go again. Edge. Can they find an edge in this fight? XXS. He's going to run forward. Primal Split is up, but does he really want to force it like this? They'll fear him up for a second. Ice Path's going to land on Vitali. XM's jumped in the wrong way, but he does burst down Yodomi. Meanwhile, Arme trying to go after Pippi will turn onto Pike instead. Pike, how did he get so far in? He'll try to BKB TP out of it. Clayton's going to land just in the nick of time. Oh, they got him. They got him good. Vitali trying to TP away. Can they see him for the toss? They cannot. So they could have the vision advantage going into this next fight. A counter smoke now from Edge. Xtreme, they're going to see Vitali. Smoke is broken. XM will move in, looking for the avalanche, and perhaps the toss back to Vitali is just destroyed. They're still trying to move him for a fight. But who do you aim down? Arme will get jumped. Pike, he's going to try, just bursting down the Drow Ranger, and he's got him. Pike, he can't be controlled. Double kill is there for the PA. And Xtreme, they need to run. Is XXS. He just respawned, but it looks like he's going right back to the graveyard if he's not too careful. Pike on the chase, he needs some vision, he can't get it. But that's a free Roshan now after a very nice fight for the side of Edge.
Again, you're focusing on trying to find backline. It leaves an angle in for Pike. They've got a smoke now on Edge. On the low ground now.
Gonna move in.
Arme's
in the middle of nowhere. Oh boy, Arme's in the middle of nowhere. He's gonna try and force stuff to the low ground and does survive for a little bit longer. The BKB wearing off now. Pike Pike's in trouble.
Oh.
Pike, he'll jump in on Arme, trying to burst him down with the Satanic, and he'll heal up again. Arme in trouble. Arme surely goes down, but he's still surviving, still fighting back.
Oh.
Who dies first? It's going to be both of them. No, the escape back Pike. He barely survives. He has another chance at life on the PA, and all the heals coming out will make sure he can keep going. Jump in on XM. The Tiny can't survive either. Oh my goodness. A big wraparound with this smoke. They'll head from the north down to the south through the bottom lane here for Xtreme Gaming. But look at the vision. Look at the vision, Jonathan. They've got it again, Ed. They've got the vision advantage. They'll jump in. They found Arme another time. Not Arme. Not again.
Oh, no buyback.
It's always the same thing. Here we go again. Sinq's been caught out. Sinq's gone. XXS, he's desperately trying with his BKB, but he can't make it out. They've got to get the vision game. I mean, XXS, he's going to try to run. He'll make at least the Fire Panda out, but the problem is the Earth Panda is the one that matters. They'll keep it alive for now. In fact, it looks like XXS is actually going to make it, perhaps. The Pike has vision thanks to Michael.
But Morch will take care of that. But no real commitment out from Edge. Under set of racks to go. 40-second respawn is not quick enough. They'll try.
Mike's got a BKB again. Don't forget, Johnny's got that refresher, but they do jump in now. Who have they got? It's going to be XM, and it's going to be XXS. It's just that quick against Pike now, as he's got a Divine Rapier on the way as well, by the way, John. It's just on the courier, though. Let's hope it's not some bad timing here for Pike. They will use an escape act here to ensure that they can get Vitaly out of there. Meanwhile, Pike, he'll happily jump in onto Tianming, finding a triple kill. And Arme, surprisingly enough, just does not buy back. He'll hold out for the respawn as XXS now getting warp fled back towards his T4 towers. He'll be okay. Arme's going to respawn, but it's a 3v5 scenario. A very challenging one because the Ancient's completely exposed. They'll move in onto Vitaly. He's dropping low, but the Ancient's still going down here to Pike. No. Pike's going to jump in, and that's it. GG, as game one will go the way of Edge, 57.5 minutes in.
It's kind of a bait, right? Like, yes, there's more water. There it is. They were listening. They've got that combination of the PA. But it doesn't have the best. Look, it doesn't have the best win rate. Like, I think, where was it? In Rally, it had a 15.56% win rate over 14 games. So, not quite the most successful hero. Has to take some odd angles to regen up and just kind of play it safer. Whereas for Pike, he just stands by his tier 1, he gets farm, he doesn't care too much about the spell spam.
John Min's looking pretty dead here. He'll Fairy Fire up just barely. Stomp is out as well, but he doesn't really catch Michael with that. Vitaly still chasing. One more right click will do it, but Vitaly now dropping pretty low himself. Might go down to Arme. He'll go for a run. Arme on the chase, but First Blood's already been secured here by the Brewmaster. And in fact, Arme, he does not have quite enough to continue the chase onto the Brew.
First power runes are coming in. There's room to rotate out, and Edge will take that opportunity for Michael to help PP. A nice rune here, maybe something like a haste can lead to some good things. It's just a shield rune. Maybe still the opportunity onto XM though.
Can they actually chase? I mean, they hit the power shot as well. This is a lot of damage onto XM, and Pike's here again. In fact, they've got a secondary here onto Sinq. Sinq will drop. Yadomi will be very happy with his -2 in for himself, and
well, Vitaly's just farming up, working into that 6, maybe Treton at that point as well. So this map movement from Edge just on point. In fact, the haste for PP could lead to a kill.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate for Tianming. You know, you just get the right rune here for Pippi, and it's that easy as now top lane. Arme's being jumped on the Morphling, and with the Brewmaster, it's not proving to be too challenging to just control him. And of course, Michael with a lovely shackle. Well, once that's up, John, it's going to be pretty hard to keep up with his farming speed. And he'll have it up pretty soon. It looks like maybe a 13-minute time. Meanwhile, top lane. Bit of a jump in here onto Tianming, and it seems like they've got him. XM unable to help him out. Can he survive? They're making the jump in. XM, though, feeling confident enough to continue the fight, and here's why, that he does have help incoming. Pippi's been left behind. Pippi should fall. Eventually, though, he's a fast fish, but Arme will catch him, and that'll be a really nice trade now for Xtreme Gaming.
It doesn't feel like you really have too many easy targets. Maybe a little bit easier now with the Atos. Chain control is there. Yadomi would be a pretty simple kill to find.
Atos out from XM. They've caught themselves Yadomi. He has global silence in 5 seconds, and he actually might have a chance if that boat does not connect, and it doesn't. He's got a chance to pop it, and now the fight looks horrible for Xtreme. XXS has been jumped. It's a slow process, so instead they'll move on to XM. Everyone proving to be a little bit too tanky right now to burst down. They'll move in onto the Wind Ranger instead. There's your global silence finally being committed as now the jump in. Pippi's here. That's the real concern. And what a shackle. They locked down 2 of them. XM is gone. Xingqiu trying to back his way out now with a rearm, but it looks like he should fall eventually. But that March of the Machine.
And they don't take the risk. I think they're showing a lot of respect for, say, playing in a tight area. Again, there's Ghost Ship, there's Torrent. It can be really annoying.
Not Tianming. You need this guy for the Roshan fight. That's your best hero for Roshan. And he's gone now. I don't think they can contest. I mean, they can certainly try here with all the Kunkka spell spam. Can they buy 20 seconds to have Chunming back? Like, that's the guy you want if you're slowing down this Roshan attempt. There's a big smoke from Edge. They're going to wrap around. Through that dire jungle they'll go. XXS might get caught first. Pippi's got an amp damage rune. He'll blink in the back, trying to find somebody else, but no, they'll have to settle for the bristleback. XXS, he'll pop the blade mail first. Here comes Xingqiu to try and help out, and Jianming has respawned now, trying to get back towards the team fight. XXS, he's still alive, but he's dropping quick. Surely he's dead, and he will go down as Vitali, thinking about going for more, but does opt to retreat instead. And with all this March of the Machine spam from Xingqiu, it really does get pretty hard in terms of trying to jump in and initiate onto anybody. Vitali gonna show himself. Arme gonna stand his ground. Big wraparound though. Pippi jumps in onto Xingqiu, but Xingqiu gonna be saved here by XM. XXS still posturing. Meanwhile, Arme does get caught by a rogue shackle. He's still fine for now with the secondary life available. On the right side, Pippi. He found Xingqiu, but can they burst down the Tinker? It sounds like they can. He's gone. Meanwhile, Arme still fighting, still with that first life intact. Arme finally loses the first one. XM still just trying to get in there and go after Vitali, but Vitali's perfectly fine. In fact, they'll aim down XM instead. Arme trying to help out, but he can't really do too much. They brought back on Xingqiu. He's back into the team fight. Meanwhile, Arme chasing down Pyke, but he can't really keep up with the PA. Pyke's going to be able to blink strike out. Pippi TP's out. Everything's just kind of been wasted.
It just doesn't feel like the rest of his team can really connect to that. Like, we're at the point where XM has less farm than Xingqiu.
Arme's not there for the fight, John. Arme's not around here. XM, he's still safe for now. They do not have a Morphling because Arme has no TP available. So XM will drop. Still about 10 seconds till he has a TP ready to go, so the chase continues here. Oh, Pippi! What a stun! 2 targets caught in that one. Onto the bristle they'll go. Poor old XXS. Just trying to slowly back away, but there's no backing. Triple kill for Pyke. And that's just so unfortunate, John. Arme, he just TP'd. It was a 20-second cooldown.
And again, they're just breaking apart that equation of durability, right? Like, you take care of the Tinker.
Oh, they've got a good one. Pippi jumps in, amp damage immediately activated. XM's still going to get the boat out in time. Pippi now in the middle of nowhere, gets hit by the boat, might go down. They'll try to, no, in fact he does go, but the primal split now is there, and the Gale is dragging them all back. Poor old Tianming will die as well. A 1-for-1 so far in the favor of Xtreme Gaming, as it seems like Edge do need to find a way out of this. Pyke's forced the BKB early. Now the chase is on Xtreme. They know they can take this fight if they can catch anyone else. Yodomi's going to TP. Michael will get left behind, so they'll at least get a Wind Ranger kill. XXS desperately trying to get within range for the hairball, but not going to find it, and they're not going to find Pyke either. Wombin, that's for an Arcane Curse into Arme with the last word, but that's about it. Smoke is committed here by XG, but Vitali already breaking the smoke of 3 of them. Happily jumping in. Arme dropping pretty low already on that first line, but of course can strength morph now as Arme kind of blocked in. It has the Aegis, so they want to try and aim the backlines as Pippi already finding Tianming. That's a big target, and this could be a pretty poor fight now for Xtreme if they're not careful, because Pippi's just had free reign over the backside, because Arme, he's just taking everyone else's attention. Pippi's holding everyone else back this whole time. Arme will wait for him out, but now he's stuck in the river, and Arme is looking pretty dead. He'll try to get out with the strength morph. Can they protect? They cannot. Oh no. Pike, can they at least go for the PA? He looks pretty safe to me. Pippi lands a 3-man stun. Here comes Simq once again on the Tinker. Tianming also coming back, but Tianming looking to die back immediately, does go down. On to the bristle they'll go. Pike still very patiently waiting to see if he can jump Simq. But Pike's been jumped now. Maybe they can finally kill this PA off. They'll jump in with the stuns. Pike's still fine though. He'll jump back out again. Pippi in the meantime. Simq's been caught another time. Simq's down. Now XXS can finally be targeted. Here comes the buyback from Simq though. They'll chase Vitali. Can they at least get him? They can. Wall flare out from Simq. Looking to find another one. Catching Michael. Michael should be dead. But my goodness, a big prolonged team fight, and even with those kills at the end.
One hero down instantaneously, or it's getting that AoE control out to leverage Earth Splitter, leverage the atmosphere for the natural order, and get Ami the space he needs to kill off some heroes.
XXS, he's completely alone here. Simq thinking about moving in, can't help out yet, doesn't need to get out of position, so XXS in massive trouble because they've got the break with the BKB. It was there in time. Pippi's actually the one to die. Maybe this is the fight Xtreme we've been waiting for. Aegis will expire at the right time as well. Pike, he gets caught. That's massive.
That timing.
That is huge. The Aegis just expiring at the perfect time, and Ame finding the target. And don't forget, you've got to sight the bus for Simq anyway, so it's not going to be that easy if you don't immediately pop that BKB to burst him down. They lost one T4 tower. Vitali's primal split, it is going to wear off, but he has a refresher shard available. You've got a secondary. XG, they are playing this very slowly. Jump in, Pippi, he found Simq, but the sight device was out. Global Silence committed, Simq in a bit of danger. Can they take him down? They can. Simq is gone, but he has buyback and he'll commit it immediately. Looking to try and end this game. Pippi in the meantime in big danger from Ame, but does manage to barely get away. Simq, he came right back in, but he could die back. Pake's on top, Pake gets him. That's a dieback, but can he blink strike out? He can, but the X drawback is there. Pike is down, and that should be game. How do you defend without your PA against the Divine Rapier and Ame? Well, the answer is you probably don't, John, but they're going to try. Big shackle out from Michael, but where's your damage going to come from? Vitali trying, does just go down. Buyback immediate, but the Ancient completely exposed and is pretty much gone. They clip off the creeps, they clip off the Ancient, they're still trying. But Ame's on top of it. It's over. We're going to a game 3 here, Johnny.
Yeah, in insane fashion coming out there from Xtreme as well. I mean, they were behind, like they were what, single-digit kills up against like 20 plus. Xtreme, they're the kind of team that capitalizes on that. And an outstanding performance from them. I will say, Ame's Morphling delivers the goods once again. It was a little bit slower off for the rest. Like XM wasn't having that much. XXS was just basically a body to throw forward, but all those pieces came together. This is cooking.
Yeah.
This should be
This is
Ame
cool.
safe lane. It would be cooler, Mike, if
John,
time zone wasn't nerfed for whatever reason. And yes,
John,
it
they're
is
gonna do it,
just the offlane TB. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
makes
think-
sense. Like,
But think about this.
yeah.
Ame can literally
Okay, sell me.
just chronosphere anyone.
I would say if you can stop Ame from feeling too comfy in farm, the Faceless Void, it can feel annoying for him trying to play catch-up, although they catch Tianming out.
Yeah, I mean, I said nothing was going to happen, John. Not if Tianming gets caught like that. Mid lane still going pretty evenly too. The XM pulling slightly ahead now in the Kunkka. A lot of harassment being done by Simq top. Right, home batters. Bottom lane again. Tianming going to find himself in a lot of danger and is dead. Vitali finding a second kill already on this Beastmaster. And meanwhile, Yodomi going down top lane. Simq able to secure a kill.
It is a long cooldown. You don't really expect much from FV with Pono at 6 anyhow, unless you get the contentions you want. Still looking to be aggressive.
And Tianming, he missed the dual breath onto Vitali, and Michael seeing the opening, of course, moving in for another nice dead shot, though at least they do rotate Simq now to try and get some form of a trade going. Vitali still surviving, as now we see Yodomi walk in. So they can't really finish off the kill onto the Beastmaster.
Very scattered engagements across the map. I mean, even with a loss like that for Edge, you are still ahead. You're still getting a pretty decent time for a fight up top, although it is a lot better for XSS at the moment. And again, this restart's on.
Caught out again. Tianming unable to survive the onslaught of Vitaly. But maybe they can punish. XM is here. Ame's got Chrono if he needs it. Vitaly's taking a lot of damage, but a nice Echo Stomp. Here's the Chrono now, but where's your follow-up? It's not really there. Vitaly's still running. The calling makes it awkward. Nice dodging out here from Vitaly as well. In fact, Ame's now the one dropping lower as they do move in with Pippi. Vitaly's still going. Can they kill him? XM, he's still trying, but Vitaly makes it. Oh, no. No. I mean, they're hanging about. The Tormentor's there. Both sides want to take it. Here comes Pippi. XM, going to be spotted. Rolling Thunder is right on target as well. XM trapped between a rock and a hard place. They're even throwing the roar out to ensure they can burst him down, but he's not down yet. In fact, there he goes. He is gone. Can Edge keep the fight? They are hesitant. It might be about time to just go back to the Tormentor.
I think if you're Edge, you do want to paint the target on Ame's back and try to set your sights onto him, which they are looking up top.
Flying Ame, he's a big target, and Ame, with the silence from Michael, it's more than enough. They're going to at least get an Elder Titan for their trouble, but that is not a very good trade.
Like Chrono into Macro Pyre is there, Chrono into Boat is there. Even your cheeky Chrono Sunder is there, hold on.
Ame. Uh-oh. Roars out. A lot of Atos to lock him down, and with the silence. Right now, then say the Ghost Ship Aghanim Scepter of Kunka. Tianming. Probably just going to get caught out. They'll commit the roar. Immediately bursting him down. Now the real fight starts. It looks like they found Xingqiu in the back as well. Xingqiu not going to be able to be saved by that boat rum, and hell, even XM just completely surrounded. Trying to tank through it, can't do it himself. XXS even going down now to boot, but he will barely make it out. But look at this dragon. He's forced asunder just to survive the creeps of Vitaly, and he's not going to even survive in the end. XXS surrounded, will eventually get taken out, I think, as they're looking for more, but it seems as though that'll be it. I mean, it is looking pretty tough for now, but that's mostly because Ame just doesn't have anywhere near enough damage to actually deal with anyone in the Chronos. Meanwhile, mid lane, Pike getting started onto XM. They've got backup as well. It looks like XM in massive trouble, is just dead. Pike, 5th kill of the game here on the Morphling.
Full Ags up for PP. Does mean more damage coming in, of course, with a shield crash. Just a little bit more presence, especially without the defusal. Ame all by himself up top.
He is all by himself. Silent Stuff has no BKB to you. Oh boy, Ame. Not sure if they actually spotted anyone, but they are going to see Michael eventually here in this mid lane, so it is a freebie kill if they want it. And that is into, I believe, a Roshan as well that just currently respawned, so this could be some very awkward timing for Michael to die in. He's still surviving a little bit longer with the Pierce the Veil, but not for long enough. He's gone, and suddenly for Xtreme, they're thinking about Roshan. There's a big chrono from Ame here in the backside. Ame has been caught!
No. What
happened? What happened?
He got stopped. He got stopped. He has no BKB.
No. Tianming will go down. XXS trying to get away. Can't get a Sunder off. Here comes XM. XM trying to run with the BKB. Oh, he's down. And his ultra kill for Pike. Could I see a replay? I didn't see what happened to Ame properly. Here we go. Now I think, you know, you've got to think about catching your Domi on top, because that Echo Stomp ruins everything. Just through the mid lane, there's no Raxi to protect Vitaly. He's going to jump in. Roar is out. He caught XM. That's a great target. XM's down without buyback, and now the fountain being blocked off for a moment. Pippi will leave though. They'll move on to the Ancient instead. And it seems as though Edge have maybe pulled off this victory, as they are continuing to move in. Pike just focusing on the Ancient. The Chrono committed. Can they defend? They cannot.
Oh, Lord.
Ame melting in his own Chrono. Should have gone time zone, I guess. And XXS is down. There you go. GG's called. Xtreme will drop their first series. And Edge, I gotta tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised, Jonathan.